I love YouTube, man. I got the videos like 10 traits of highly intelligent people or artistic people, and you're like, yeah, that's me. Like, they put these videos on so you can shrug yourself. It's awesome. But anyway, but I'm thinking, I'm pulling away thinking, there's a bunny. Anyway, here's a big old ear bunny. How I love the wildflowers that grow in the ditches in my hood, you know, and I'm like, oh, I'd like them to grow all over my property. I'd like to have a flower garden. And Lenny's like, Lenny wants a flower garden of just red clover. Why? I don't know. He loves it. He's all like, I'm going to go pull some up. Wait a minute, I mowed the lawn, but I left that one right there because I'm going to dig it up. And then I'm thinking, then I'm doing it with, what are they called? What are they? Oh, God, the cornflower. They're blue, purple, blue, and they're so beautiful, and they were so thick down this one ditch. I'm like, we don't have any of that on our property. And then there was these little pink things, and I'm all like, I need these flowers. We're all going, this is the thing. Yeah, you can have these traits of, highly artistic or whatever. Maybe we're just crazy people. And then you look, well, there's some negatives that go along with it, man. It ain't all positive traits, you know what I'm saying? But I think ADHD or whatever they want to call that, just the inability to focus and our mind, we're so delighted with so many things that we just want to do them all and everything. Yeah, you got your inability to commit, you know. Is that what it? I just find the world fascinating and so many different subjects. So like, look at those. He's like, crepe myrtle trees. Like he'd never discovered them before. He's like, oh, they're the greatest. I'm gonna get this red one here. Well, we got one. I'm gonna plant it. But he brings all these plants. I don't put them here, put them there, put them here. And then I have to be gone for a few days, and he's down there. He's like, I'm working on the house. I don't have time to water all these plants. I'm like, I know. See, we're out of order. And then I'm thinking. And I'm driving by the ditch going, I want to dig those up. And like, really? Do I need to dig up wildflowers in a ditch? I got this new dog. I'm trying to Karen! Like, you know, I can see my sickness resurfacing. My mind, and I saw this title of a video. Why daydreaming is bad and how to stop. I think that was what it was called. And it was Tracy Marks, Dr. Tracy Marks. I need to go back and look at her again because she's extremely cool. And I spent my life daydreaming. I think that it's part of what the psychology world calls disassociation. I've spent my life in a state of disassociation as much as humanly possible. But I thought everybody lived in their head. I didn't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a person trying to survive like everybody else in this bizarre realm. And that's what I'm doing. And I think a lot of people live more in the real world. I'm just not sure what that means. I think I did it when I was younger until I got really super pummeled by the real world, in which then I withdrew into my head. Because even Lenny, when I got with him, he said, and I'm talking really fast, he said to me, you got to live in your own world. The world is a terrible place. You have to build a little imaginary world in your head, in your space, physical space for you. And, you know, is that such a bad thing? You know, no, he's created a nice life for himself. I mean, there's been a lot of OCD-ish bad choices made along the way here and there, but at the end of the day, we made it through it, and we're making our own nice little world, so we're pretty happy with that. And I thought, you know, my struggles with the decision whether or not to keep this dog is, he made the decision for me. He called me yesterday and said, yep, I got a little collar you can put on her, and you can speak to her like it's a one-way walkie-talkie. You can talk to her. I'm going, this little speaker, like, hey, Cookie, do that. And I'm like, I guess we're keeping her. He's like, yep, we're keeping her. I'm like, oh. And I thought, well, what was I doing with my life? I was taking care of Georgie, dressing in lingerie every day, putting makeup on, dancing around. Now I don't have as much time for that, but I will attempt to do it every other day. Once the dogs settle in, it'll be okay. Now I got to get the cat straight with it, and then it'll be all right. But yeah, so what are we doing with our lives? I don't know. Digging up wildflowers, trying to put them in our yard when we don't have gardens dug up yet. They out of order. Like we want to. I'm going to go over there and do that. Slow down and get done. Straighten out the dog and her obedience before you decide to dig up a wildflower, Karen. Stop. Like falling off your goals. You know what I'm saying? Like. Talking to myself. Goals Monday morning. See you later, YouTube.